Dinosaurs, everybody.
It's Dinosaur Table Battles. In Dinosaur Table Battles, there are 15 different dinosaurs. And when you play a match, you're going to have different dinosaurs every time. There are over 900,000 different matches you can play with Dinosaur Table Battles. That's a lot. Not all these matches are created equal, because you will be drafting a team of dinosaurs with different advantages and disadvantages and synergies. And that's going to help determine the character of the match and how well your dinos are going to do. And how that works is we're going to shuffle a deck of 15 cards, one for each dino, and we're going to deal 5 to each player. So 5 cards not going to be in the game at all. And then you're going to have your hand of 5 cards. So here's a hand of 5 cards. You're going to choose one card to discard. Say, hey, that guy, he's not going to be in this match. We're going to say, Dinosaurs, you're terrible. You're out of the match. No one likes you, Dinosaurs. And, the opponent's going to do the same thing at the same time. Brachiosaurus, you're not in the match either. It's too bad. Then you're going to choose from your remaining 4 cards a dino to be your first dino. Who are you going to choose? I'm going to choose the T-Rex, obviously. So we're going to choose the T-Rex. Opponent's going to choose Utah Raptor. Great. Then you're going to pass the remaining cards to your opponent. So now I have 3 cards to look at. And I'm going to, at this point, make a choice. I either can use the card to remove it from the match, or use the card to add it to my team. And then we pass the cards again, and we keep going until we run out of cards. Now, you need to have at least 2 dinos, because if during a match you only have 1 dino left, you lose. Your dino needs a buddy. T-Rex, he needs a buddy. So we're going to choose the Velociraptor
Not
to
the
be the buddy for the
Triceratops.
T-Rex.
She's so cute.
Okay, so we're going to choose... No, I actually have the example set up with the Velociraptors, Mare. So, but Triceratops next time, okay? I love you, Mary. So you'll notice that the T-Rex has 2 sets of die icons, there and there, and the Velociraptors has 1 set. That's because the T-Rex is a large dino, and the Velociraptors are a small dino. And why this is important is that the large dinos have 3 cards. So T-Rex has 3 cards. These all in the frame, Mary?
Yes.
Cool. And then the small dinos have...
They are not in the frame.
2 cards. Okay, we'll how about now?
Push T-Rex up a little farther.
Okay. Behind the scenes stuff here. Okay, so the Velociraptors have 2 cards and the T-Rex has 3 cards. And why this is important is that your team can only have a maximum of 8 of these cards. So you're going to try to get a mix of between 2 and 4 dinos on your side, depending on how many cards they have. Now, what are you looking for when you're drafting these dinos? Well, for one thing, you're looking for the die numbers. So this one accepts a 5 or a 6. This one accepts 3s and 4s. This is 5 and 6. And you want to make sure that you have a variety of those die numbers. You don't want to roll your die. Let's say you only have 5s and 6s you can accept. You roll the die and you get this result, and you only have 1 die you can use. The rest are useless. So you want to have some variety there. So you can accept some 3s and 4s, you can accept doubles, etc. You also want to look at the reactions of each dino. So we have an absorb reaction, a block reaction, and a counter reaction in this game. And you don't want to have everyone have the same reaction, because that gives you a lot less flexibility in responding to what your opponent has to do. You also need to look at what powers each dino has, which are different powers, and they might work together differently, might help each other differently, might also work against your opponent's dinos differently. You want to pay attention to that as well. So that's a lot of info to parse, and it requires and rewards experience. It's a skill you develop as you play the game. But we don't want folks to be overwhelmed. So what we have done with these cards is we have a draft ranking, which is this number in this diamond. So the T-Rex has a draft ranking of 6, Velociraptor's draft ranking of 3. That Dinosaurs we saw earlier has a draft ranking of 1. You saw in the frame there?
Yes.
Great. And that is a rating of between 1 and 6 or 7, I forget what it is, showing you how good the dino is. So the higher the number, the better the dino is. You still want to pay attention to the die numbers. You don't want a bunch of quote-unquote great dinos that only accept this one kind of die. But that hopefully lets you just get into it and not overthink it and not have this front-loaded decision where you're terrified of it or whatever. So two novice players are playing, and you just pay attention to these numbers and these numbers, you should be fine. If you're playing with a more experienced player, they should be helping you. If you're an experienced player, you're not helping your opponent, you're not a good friend. Be a good friend. And finally, we actually have a sample match in the game, so you can just get right into playing and experiencing the game with your first match, and then worry about how you assemble your team, this whole meta game, from your second match onward. So that's a very quick look at how we draft the dinos in dinosaur table battles. Triceratops joined the team. There you go, Mary. Dinosaurs, everybody.
Dinosaurs, everybody.